All right, guys, so it looks like the Jaydes situation is finally over, and it ended really, really badly, and the whole situation is just sad. So let me go over what it seems like the final updates for a while on this are, and just walk you through it. So a couple of days ago, Jaydes' mugshot dropped, and it was probably, and I can't pop it up now because you just got to look at the censored version on the thumbnail. It's probably the most horrifying, maybe not horrifying, just like the craziest mugshot I've ever seen in my life. Like, I've never seen a crazier mugshot. I feel like I've seen people, usually if you ever you'll see on like Twitter, it'll just be someone who has like crazy face tats or something, but this mugshot itself is crazy. But anyways, let me give you the background on this. So Jaydes' arrest warrant was put out on November 3rd, and he was arrested a week later at a Denny's restaurant in Broward County. Now, Broward County is his county in Florida, and if you're wondering, why didn't they arrest him immediately? Like, what he did to that girl was crazy. If you didn't watch the last video or not filled in the situation, basically Jaydes tried to someone with a box cutter, and it was an ex-girlfriend of his, and she just didn't want to do something with them. You catch my drift. Anyways, it was put out on November 3rd, and he was arrested a week later, a little over that. So why wasn't he arrested? The reason for this, and I might not be correct, but this is probably the reason, is because police only have a certain number of resources, and if this guy was like a serial or just doing some crazy shit, they probably would have come out and put together like a search team or something to find him. But I guess it just wasn't serious enough. I think they just didn't see him as like a threat. Clearly he was, though, after I read you these next details. So that's why I think no one was searching for him like that, or at least they weren't trying. That makes sense. But anyways, police arrived at the scene at around 1:30 a.m. after receiving reports of someone at the restaurant having a mental episode and grabbing a knife. So Jaydes was at a Denny's at 1:30 a.m. When the cops got here, one officer saw Dumont, that's Jaydes' last name, standing next to a table with a knife where he wouldn't speak or move, according to an arrest report. Dumont's mugshot shows him bloody and appearing disoriented, with his eyes closed and mouth open. His face also appeared to be marked with bruises and scratches in the picture. The rapper's head seems to be held up by a gloved hand. So yeah, pretty crazy mugshot, pretty crazy story. And yeah, this guy definitely should not have been roaming the streets. I don't know if you guys saw, but there were like a couple videos of people. First, they saw him just walking on the street, and then they also just saw him sitting somewhere. And I guess just no one called the cops on him or anything. I don't know. But yeah, he was just roaming around for a week. Like, I feel like this is how you know he's really crazy. Because I feel like if you're on the run, you either turn yourself in, or like, not if you're on the run, if you have an arrest warrant on you, you either turn yourself in or you actually hide. Like, this guy was just, his brain might really have been fried from all the drugs he was doing. But anyways, yeah, couldn't have been good. Anyways, let's look at some of the reactions. He really trashed not only his career, but his entire life in a matter of months. Man, it's so sad. I feel like it's not even months. I guess they're saying months because this is like the third mugshot technically. I think Jaydes had a couple of mugshots before for like smaller offenses. So, he was on a downward trajectory. Also, a lot of his fans don't really like his last project. But yeah, Brud5VE. This guy's everywhere, by the way. Said 18 years old, f***ed up his entire life. Dang, he's 18. That's really sad. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the worst part about this is he definitely should have had help. Like, SMH. He spent his last minute of freedom at Denny's. Feel like he got laced too many bad drugs in Florida. Honestly, it's not a bad theory. I don't care. This is tragic as f***. Definitely having a schizophrenic episode. This is sad. That's sad. Yeah, he's definitely not okay. Like, there's no. Anyways, a lot of other people were also celebrating. P-word rapper has been caught. Wasn't he playing Roblox on the run? Yeah, that was one of the things he was doing. He was playing Roblox on the run. And yeah, most people were just talking about how badly he got given the beats. Like, that he probably tried to resist. Yeah, he probably did try to resist. And if you see the picture, this actually makes sense. One commenter said, they done snatched that septum out of his nose. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And said the 12 did to Jaydes before they arrested him. Someone sent it to their mom. I don't know why you would do that. And another thing too, if you look at Jaydes' Twitter, this is his profile picture. So I guess that's like a self-fulfilling prophecy or something. But anyways, let's go over to his Reddit. And by the way, after he was arrested, not only do we find out the whole details of his arrest and everything, he's no longer being charged with attempted murder. It's premeditated murder. Now, I'm gonna try and explain to you guys why this is. So they probably brought in his ex-girlfriend for questioning, and maybe some friends around him. Maybe they even like went on the internet and look through some of the stuff, if you remember some of his friends, this is a reach. The more logical reasoning is this ex-girlfriend questioning or whatever. If you go on the internet and you see, and this can be hard to find because it was all over that day, a lot of his old friends said he's been saying weird stuff like this to do with animals being, A-worded, and like talking about people he was gonna do something to, etc., or did to. So that might have caused the whole premeditated thing. Premeditated murder, Florida, just searching it up. In Florida, premeditated murder is a first-degree murder charge that occurs when someone intentionally and deliberately another person after planning and thinking about it in advance. So maybe it was just miscoded or whatever, because the girl's still alive. It's definitely attempted though. But yeah, it's really just sad. But anyways, here's the post on Reddit. I'm gonna just blur his face so you can't see it. But they say he's processed in a jail facility. For all the speculations that Jaydes did not do this, you are all wrong. He has been caught. So yeah, some fans were like coping and shit. Someone said, who fought him? Definitely police, bro. 5'10", 120. Holy shit. Bro is going to be a fleshlight in prison. Okay, dude really threw his life and career away. Got arrested by the Hulk. Did he attack the police with some box cutters too? And yeah, you can search the inmate list yourself. He's there. Someone said pre-10 years in prison. Another thing too is they probably have the body cam footage for Jaydes, which is gonna be crazy. But speaking of Jaydes, his life being documented, the toxic lifestyle, they announced that they're dropping a mini documentary on him this week. The reason why it hasn't dropped, and this is before everything, the reason why it hasn't dropped is because a lot of people contacted him and said, yo, we don't want to be put in it, we don't want to be seen with them, etc. So he's just cutting that out. But honestly, it's probably gonna be very insightful, and I think it'll be probably good, because it'll shine a light on who he was before he went down this crazy kind of path. Now, by the way, another thing too is I didn't really stress this that much, but this has been a thing. Like Jaydes has been like going down, I'm not gonna say like this bad path, because there are a ton of artists who do these like erratic changes to their appearance and start changing the type of music they make. And like, look at this, you can see Jaydes goes from regular, I guess they just say human, to alien in this thumbnail. But yeah, it's not exactly good. And the other thing too is like Jaydes had a lot of potential and was super talented. He can make like all sorts of genres. He blew up super young, apparently signed a big deal. Like you can look at the fan engagement on, I think he did one main interview with MWell. People were calling him the new XXXTentacion, not just Duty, but just people on Twitter. I don't know about being the new X or anything, but he was doing good, doing good. It's too bad that this is like this is the thing that he's always gonna be remembered for, you know what I mean? The other thing too is like he dropped one last music video, or the guy that shot it at least dropped it. It looks like right before, like look, he has the pentagram on his chest. Like bro, he really went down like this crazy little like, I don't even know what to call it. And if you watch this music video, I don't know, he's trying to give off like these crazy like G.G. Allen, Charles Manson vibes. Like Charles Manson didn't make music, but he's just trying to like look like demonic and crazy. And he's playing it off, or he's not playing it off, but I think the drugs just really made him think that he was that. Like, and the lyrics for some of these songs are just weird. There's so much foreshadowing in them. I don't even want to go through it all. I'll go to some of the comments though. Underground rapper Be Normal challenge impossible. Bro dropped one last video before into jail. Bro trying to emulate Charles Manson energy. I would have never thought bro would have devolved into this 2 summers ago. Would have devolved, my bad. Notice how the first line was destroy myself. He had this planned. I wonder if they're gonna play his music in court. I don't know. The outro song to his career. This is going to be a very memorable song. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Jaydes is gonna blow up after this because his music is insanely good, and this is such a polarizing story. Like, I feel like people will talk about this forever. Like, this shit will never die. And by the way, most of the comments are really just about the mugshot all over the internet. Bro got brought in by Batman. Damn, they kicked his ass. I gotta see the body cam footage. Yeah, they're gonna, I don't know if you saw this King Von thing that was going around, but yeah, that's not, like, bro, this guy was born in 2006. Holy, yeah, it's just sad. It's just overall super sad. I don't know if you guys know the sad part. He was a huge fan of Jaydes. Probably still is. Like, the reason why he hasn't made a video on Jaydes is because, like, number one, he doesn't like doing these allegations and super drama videos, but also Jaydes is like his favorite artist. But yeah, and that was the last thing I wanted to say. Jaydes was one of those artists where, sure, he wasn't like the biggest, he was still pretty big, but he had a really strong community and like cult like fan base that loved him. So I think his fans definitely are taking this art. Like, imagine your favorite artist, and you know, I feel like it goes beyond being parasocial, because I don't think you're parasocial if you feel bad or you want to see your favorite artist win, or, you know, like, what I mean. Imagine someone you listen to every day, like your favorite artist, gets locked up for some like this. Damn. But anyways, it looks like this will be the last update we see on this in a while, other than maybe like a court date being announced or anything. I don't see him getting bond. I do maybe see him being put in a mental facility instead of like jail. And honestly, that's probably right. Like this guy is messed up in the head. Like his brain might really just be like fried from all the drugs or something. But anyways, I don't even want to talk about it. It's a sad situation. Let me know what you think, and peace. See you tomorrow.